countdown thing. What is going on, guys? Welcome to episode 5 of the Eastacast. My name is My name is Easta. Today's guest is ETL Productions, and we have
Hello there.
We have a lot to talk about this week. This week was a busy week.
Oh yeah, there's a ton of stuff.
So in order, we'll talk about WandaVision, talk about the LEGO Star Wars stuff, we'll talk about LEGO Ninjago, and then we'll talk about Raya and the Last Dragon. It's kind of like most to least important to me. So just if you just want to start off and introduce yourself, tell people where to find you.
Okay, well, I'm Ethan, and my channel is ETL Productions on YouTube and ETL Productions YT on Instagram. I mainly make custom minifigure videos, news videos, reviews, all that kind of good stuff, mainly on LEGO Star Wars, and recently I've been getting back into some Ninjago, and I do some Marvel and Harry Potter stuff every now and then, just pretty much all of the above in a bunch of different categories. So I do a ton of different stuff, so be sure to check me out on YouTube.
Yeah, Ethan's channel is absolutely great. He's been killing it recently, and the link to his channel is right in the description of this podcast. So if you want to go check that out right after, if you need some more content to binge, definitely go check it out. And I'm looking as pale as ever. I have this huge fluorescent light on me. I promise I don't look like this in real life. But anyways, WandaVision, we are going to talk spoilers if that's okay. You've seen the first 2 episodes, you said, right?
Yes, I've seen the first 2 episodes.
Okay, so spoiler warning here, guys. If you haven't seen the first 2 episodes already, click off this video now. But do you just want to start and tell us your general thoughts about what you thought of the first 2 episodes?
Well, at first, to be honest, I wasn't that interested in it. I haven't been to Marvel since summer of 2020, I believe. So I wasn't super into it. But I was interested in it enough to where I wanted to see it. So
yeah,
I was interested let me restart. I was interested in it from the start, but I was confused as to what it was really about. It was kind of interesting, but I was still very confused. And even 2 episodes in, I am still very confused, actually. But I enjoyed the 2 episodes. They are certainly very different compared to a majority of the things that we've gotten from the MCU. But I like that it's something different, something new, something fresh. But it was just different, I guess. I don't really know how I completely feel. I'm just waiting for the next couple of episodes to get some more understanding, and then I can give my more general thought on it.
I'm certainly with you on that. Like, I am very hesitant to give like an overall opinion on the series so far because I don't know where it's going. And like, because obviously like they're building towards a huge reveal, right? Like there's obviously something bigger going on. It would be really funny if they kept dropping hints and then just nothing came of it at the end of the season, but they won't do that. And have you ever seen the movie The Truman Show before?
No, I have not. I've heard of it, but I have not.
Okay. So that's a really good movie. I think it's on Amazon Prime. So check it out. But it basically it's about a man and his entire life up until his like 30s has been a TV show and he just hasn't realized it. Like he was just born.
Oh yeah, he's living the TV show. Yeah. I've heard of it.
I'm getting like Truman Show vibes from this. And then so the first episode I wasn't too keen on. It didn't grasp my attention right away. I watched them both back to back, and I feel like that was good for me because I feel like if I was a casual viewer and if I didn't know much about Marvel, if I didn't know much about this series, if like I had no clue what I was getting into, it's like, oh, Wanda and Vision TV series, right? Like they were those 2 characters from the Avengers movies. And then you just get this. I don't know. Like in the first episode, they only dropped really a couple hints as to like there's some bigger mystery going on. And I feel like it was definitely more in the second episode where it picked up a little bit. And I feel like that was the advantage as to having 2 episodes of this debut at one time. What are your thoughts on that? 2 instead of just 1?
I like the two instead of one just because I don't think this show is as interesting and doesn't really have as much hype around it, I guess, compared to The
Oh yeah,
Mandalorian because it
for
was this
sure.
brand new thing with brand new characters compared to WandaVision. We've seen them before. It's just a little bit of a different take on them. And
Yeah.
it's an exciting idea. Just I don't think it's going to be as popular as The Mandalorian or say even The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So I
Oh,
think
certainly.
releasing
Yeah.
2 episodes every week is definitely going to be better. And one episode may be good, one episode may be bad. So if you get two, you at least could get one episode that could be good. And I did like episode 2 more than I did episode
So
1.
yeah. So the thing about that is though, is I think they're only doing one a week. They just started off with two. So I don't know how I feel about that necessarily. I feel like this season would be good if they dropped it all at once, like Netflix. Usually, I'm kind of against that because I don't love to binge things. I kind of like to have something to get excited for each week. But I don't know. Even if like you were saying, like they dropped two a week instead of just the one, if they did that every week instead of just the first week, because I feel like in the sense of like mystery thing, like the Mandalorian felt a lot more episodic, where you can watch an episode. Of course, it'll build to the next one. It's all building towards something, but it's a lot easier to watch it and not get antsy and think what's going to happen next. And I feel like with this show, I feel like I'd be very interested to see the viewership numbers on these first 2 episodes and then see the viewership numbers on the last few episodes when they come out. I'm very curious as to how many people will lose interest in this series over time because it's kind of slower paced and they're kind of building towards something big, but they won't necessarily get at it right away.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But I think the next episode it's 70s based. I know it started off with the 50s and then went to the 60s. And like you said, I did enjoy the second episode a lot more because they started dropping some more clues in there. Like you had the toy helicopter, you had things turning into color, you had the beekeeper. There was like one other thing. You had Maria Rambeau in it as this kind of character who's thrown into this whole thing and doesn't know what she's doing. I don't know if it's been revealed that she's technically Maria yet, but it's very obvious, like
Yeah.
from the outside looking in. I don't know. But my whole theory on like that beekeeper and the toy helicopter thing is I think they're like like it's an actual helicopter, not a toy helicopter, and that would explain like the banging outside her window. I think that was kind of like the helicopter crashing into this reality or whatever because I do believe it's like an actual physical location. But of course, seeing a modern 2010s, 2020s helicopter in this 1960s dream reality would make no sense. So Wanda kind of like almost masks it as if it's like this toy helicopter, and that's why it looks like that. And I don't know if she even subconsciously realizes this or not. Like I feel like it's pretty obvious she's the one creating this reality. We see her in the trailers like just creating things at with the will of her own mind. She does it in the TV show as well. Like in that one scene with where Vision starts flying at the talent show, she just snaps her fingers and the pulley thing just appears. So
Yeah.
I think she can like control the reality to her own will. But the thing I'm interested to know about is like if she wiped her memory on purpose or not before she entered this reality with Vision. Because I feel like she's kind of not fully aware as to what's going on as well.
Yeah. Every character seems kind of confused at what they're doing, or at least Wanda and Vision.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
They're just as
Maria
confused
Rambeau
as the viewers.
was confused. Yeah. I like that. I like how you're kind of because they went the bold approach and they just threw you right into this world and they were just like, you know what, here we go. There's no backstory to this. The last time we saw Wanda, she was beating up Thanos, she was at Tony Stark's funeral, and now she's in this 1950s suburbia. Like
There was no transition in between.
there is absolutely no transition, and I have a strong feeling that we will see some of that transition in the later episodes in flashbacks or however they want to do it. But yeah, I think that was super interesting because I heard a lot of people saying like it would start off with like this guy who opened up this like I think some of the early on plot leaks were saying like they're like in episode 1 it centers around this man who opens like a hospital for the people who were like mentally affected by the snap, and Wanda goes to this hospital and goes into like an induced coma, and this is all like her dream, and it explains it that way. But clearly that's not what's happening, because we did not get that at all in the first episode. So I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's what I was thinking too. I was at first, whenever I saw the trailer, I thought it would just all be part of Wanda's dream. At least that's what
Yeah.
I was thinking it would be.
And I was just, the thing that shocked me, like there was nothing in those 2 episodes that really threw me for a loop. Like I just wasn't really surprised by anything. But the one thing that did catch me off guard is, like I said, how they just jumped right into it. How there was no backstory, there's no pretense. So I feel like with us, like we're big Marvel fans, so we can kind of piece together a little bit what's going on. It's like, okay, this is clearly some sort of like alternate reality, something she's created. But I feel like to the casual viewer, they're not going to pick up on that as easily.
No, I don't think so either. Similar to the Mandalorian with like
Yeah.
Bo-Katan and all these other characters. If you haven't watched the Clone Wars, who the heck is this character that I just saw in this new show that I decided to watch?
That is true. Yeah, I feel like with Mando, they with like Bo-Katan, it made sense because they were taught like, and I think we talked about this on your stream last night in terms of like the characters that were shoehorned in, kind of like who made the most sense. And I feel like it was set up that like he's on this quest to find other Mandalorians and people who can help him get Grogu to his destination, and that's like his overall quest for this season. And then oh, here's this other Mandalorian character. If you watch the Clone Wars and you know that she's Bo-Katan, good for you. Like you have this backstory on her, and it's kind of cool for those people. But if you don't, you can still understand, kind of like you're like, oh, this is just another Mandalorian that's going to help him on his quest. So I feel like
Yeah,
with
and they did
that,
explain like the dark saber and all too.
yeah,
So they did explain some parts of it, but just from first glance, you're not really going to know much about the
yeah,
character.
exactly. It definitely. I feel like that series did a very good job of like benefiting the dedicated fans who like know the lore and know what's going on, and like have watched all this extra stuff, and like it throws you a bone. It's like, oh, here you go. Like you wouldn't have recognized this if you didn't know that. But like in terms of the big plot, I feel like casual Star Wars fans can watch it. Like my sister, for example, she's seen the Star Wars movies, but most of them like only once and like a while ago, and she still completely understood what was going on in The Mandalorian. And I feel like this series, it's a little bit different. I don't know.
Yeah, it's confusing for almost everybody right now.
It is. Yeah, I am a diehard Marvel fan, and I have theories as to what's going on, but I don't know exactly what is happening in here. And so I don't know about you. Like, what direction would you want to see them take this show? Are you happy with like the no action thing, or like do you want it to kind of evolve into that?
I think it's going to evolve into action, and that's generally what I would like to see. But I'd also like to see it in a sitcom style. I don't know how that would work, but a sitcom style fight would be interesting, or a sitcom style battle, because obviously someone's behind something. It's a Marvel. It's part of Marvel. There's going to be someone that's the real enemy.
This is a stupid, ridiculous theory, but I'm gonna throw it out here now. You know, Dottie, right? The nosy neighbor. Her husband Ralph is behind it all. I'm throwing that out right now. She's mentioned him so many. He has to be somebody, right? Like,
or
I know
the neighbor, right?
Yeah. The neighbor's what's the annoying neighbor or her husband? Like, they're sus. I don't know. There's something.
If you mention the character so many times, they've got to have something to do with it, right?
And I know in a lot of sitcoms, like they have these like running gags and stuff, but like this is Marvel at the same time, and like I feel like with something like that,
those running gags could connect.
I feel like they could. What do you think of the humor in the 2 episodes? Were you keen on it, or?
No, not really. I wasn't like laughing or anything. Yeah, but I found the formatting of everything interesting, like how they had the square format, like the old 50s shows, and they even had the commercials in between.
Yeah, the 4:3 aspect ratio, I think it is.
Yeah.
I think. The one joke I laughed out loud at was the Vision gum joke when he was like, "Oh, I think this is purely for the use of mastication," and the guy was like, "Oh, I don't do that." That was the one that got me. That's like
that one got me a little bit. But other than that, I wasn't I wasn't too like amazed by anything. Maybe it'll get funnier in the next couple of
They
episodes, but
so
yeah.
I think it's because they're trying to mimic the 50s and 60s humor, and like to me and you were born in
Mhm.
2005, I was born in 2004. Like it's just not funny to us because like that's not the
Yeah.
type of humor we grew up with. But I feel like once they get to like the 90s, 2000s, 20s, because I know there's going to be 6 episodes pertaining to like each decade, and then I think by episode 6 or like in episode 7 they're supposed to break out of this reality or something. And I don't, but because it goes 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s. That's 6. I I think, yeah, I think so. But I'm interested to see like how the humor will evolve as well, because there were even like upon the first watch, I didn't like pick up right away that they had evolved from the 50s to the 60s.
Yeah, I
Because
picked it up the first time, but I haven't watched it a second
yeah,
time, so I still don't know some of the stuff. I could have caught something that I missed.
I did pick it up the first time, but it took me like 5 minutes. I was like, oh, they're in the 60s now, because I don't know, like they had the different fashion and stuff, like um, and then at the end of the episode, they kind of evolved into the 70s even, and when Wanda found out she was pregnant, and that was kind of a weird scene to me. Like
Yeah.
she sits down 1 second and she's like skinny, and then she just has the bulge when she stands. Like that was just
She
kind of
like
weird.
turns around or something, and then all of a sudden
Yeah,
she's pregnant. It's just kind of an odd
it was a
transition.
it was a camera trick. But yeah, so I assume like the next episode or maybe 2 episodes from now, they're gonna have the twins or whatever. I don't know if they've confirmed like who their kids are, but
I'm pretty sure they had them in the comics, but I can't remember
they
their
did.
names.
I yeah, I can't remember their names either. Damn. Yeah, but I know it is twins because they did show that in the trailers and whatever. Um, what do you think? Do you think they did a good job like marketing this? Do you think they showed too much in the trailers?
I don't think they showed too much in the trailers. I think they just showed the basic premise of, okay,
Yeah.
we're going through each decade or whatever. And
Mhm.
it was just as confusing as the first 2 episodes. So I think
Yeah.
they conveyed the right message.
I think I know they wouldn't do this, and I understand why they wouldn't do this, but I think it would have been so cool if they did the trailers only in the black and white style, only the 50s and 60s, and then like when she starts seeing color, it's like this huge thing. It's like, oh wait,
Like transition it, like start
yeah,
it off black and white and transition and then show the rest of it.
exactly, yeah.
I think
Um,
that could have worked really well.
Instead, they were got like even in the trailers, like the decades are like all out of order. Like kind of show us more like in pieces about like what this series is more so going to be about. But yeah, I like the idea of moving through different decades for each episode. I know the first one was meant to mimic I Love Lucy, and the second one, it's gonna kill me. What was the name? Bewitched. And then I think that one after that is gonna be that 70s show, if I'm not, no, Full House. That might be the 80s one. I don't know. I don't know. I
Maybe
don't remember.
since they have the kids or whatever.
Yeah,
But it wouldn't necessarily be a full house, just kind of mimicking that, I suppose.
yeah, it'll, and it's a cool reference too, because Elizabeth Olsen's sisters were in Full House, the twins, and
Yeah,
so that'd kind of tie it full circle. If they do a Full House episode, they have twins, and it's
that
Elizabeth
would, yeah.
Olsen in it. That'd just be like
I never
reference on
thought of
top of
that.
reference. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I really have to say about WandaVision. I'm interested to see how it goes. We will be covering it every week on the podcast for those who like to return and view it, all the way up to episode 12 of this podcast, I think. Yeah, there's some more episodes. So yeah, it'll be kind of cool to cover it week to week. And yeah, so our next topic is the Lego Star Wars 2021 summer rumor list.
Ooh, this is good.
Normally, I don't cover like these rumor list type things, and I still didn't want to in the video, in like a separate video. But this is such a good rumor list. I need to pull it up real quick. Here it is. Do you just want to go like set by set and tell me your thoughts on it?
Sure.
And we can kind of discuss about each set. All right. So first, we have 75307 Advent Calendar, $40. Very excited about this set. It's an advent calendar that never done something like this before. It'll be $40. Never priced an advent calendar that way. I don't know. The last one was good. Hopefully this one will be good. I don't really care
I hope
about
it's
it.
as good as the 2021. Like they have Christmas themed characters
Yeah,
again.
yeah.
That's what makes them special.
The 2021 might have been the best advent calendar they've ever made for like anything. And I need to buy that still. I saw it for $23 at Walgreens, but they were like sold out of it on the online place, and I was like, I don't feel like going in person. There are no Walgreens near me.
Yeah, that's
Such a
a steal.
random
I
place
paid
to
full
buy
price,
Lego.
I think. Or
Yeah.
no, I paid 32 for it. I think that was
Okay.
the Walmart
Yeah.
price, and I just price matched it to Target.
Yeah, that's a good price. I mean, for what you get there, especially if you're a price to piece person, I know it had around 300 pieces. So, yeah, the next set is 75308 UCS R2D2 for $200. Are you interested?
I'm really
Do you
excited
care?
about this one.
Yeah.
I care about it, but I probably won't get it. I think if I had the BB-8 one, I would definitely like to get it. I think that would go
Oh, yeah,
great
for
with that
sure.
one and the DO even.
Yeah,
Like, that's a
if
great
you have,
buildable character,
if you have BB-8 and Dio, you got to get this one basically.
or one of the two.
Yeah, for $200, I feel like it should be bigger than the older one. I think the older one was like 120 or 140, something like that.
Well, it'll definitely be
But,
an improvement. I think the like curves and the shape of it will be like 10 times
oh
better
yeah,
than the original. And the original is
no,
pretty good as is, so I'm excited to see
the
how the new one
original is
looks.
good. I remember one of my buddies had that. Like you said, I think it'll be cool. Will I get it? Probably not. I wouldn't imagine there are going to be like any exclusive minifigures with this or anything. It's probably just going to be
Just
the same
R2.
R2D2. But two things that they probably won't do, but it would make me buy the set if they did these two things. Number one is make it a chrome head. I feel like that'd be insane, but it would also be incredibly expensive. Like the R2D2 would probably be like this big if they, because I know even with that Iron Man helmet, they use the gold pieces, and like that set is tiny. And it's priced that way basically because of the gold pieces. And then the second thing I would be amazed if they did is a third leg that you can pull in and pull out. I feel like that'd be sick.
That could be something that is upgrade worthy upon the original.
I feel like
I could actually see that happening.
There is a chance they can do that. There's basically no chance they do the chrome. I don't think they would ever do that.
I don't think so either.
But the third leg, I feel like
it's likely. It could.
It's
Very
Lego, so you never know. They do a lot of stupid things, but yeah. So I'm interested to see what it looks like. If it has that third leg, I'll be a happy man. But and then not on the rumor list, but the promo with it is a Tatooine homestead. Apparently, what do you think about that?
I honestly couldn't care less. We've gotten so many Tatooine sets. Just release it as like a separate thing or whatever. Just release the promo as a set that you can buy. And it's probably going to be in the same kind of vignette style as the older ones. Like just release a Rise of Skywalker Palpatine. That's all we want.
Oh my god, that'd be sick. Yeah. There are so many things they could do they could do the Incinerator Trooper, they could do the Rise of Skywalker Palpatine, the Kaminoan, a Chrome Phasma, another
Dexter
Chrome
Jester.
Vader. Dexter just that'd be amazing.
That's long overdue. UCS Dexter Jesters.
That should be, they could do like a bust of him or whatever.
That'd be dope.
Yeah, but I don't know. I could not name one person who looks on the rumor list and sees, oh, we're getting a Tatooine homestead as the May the 4th promo. This really gets me excited to go out and buy Lego. Like,
just buy Obi-Wan's hut for $30.
Exactly. I think it's going to be in micro scale too. I think it will be micro scale. So like,
and then we couldn't get the Lars.
Yeah, if they put in like an Aunt Beru and Uncle Owen, it might be
that may make me want it a little bit more.
Might make me want it, but I don't know. I might buy the Imperial shuttle on that day because I want that set, but I'm not like in a rush to get it.
I've wanted an Imperial shuttle forever, so I'm definitely going to pick that one up eventually.
I'm not picking it up day one, but I have the Imperial landing craft over there, which is like similar. So yeah. The next set,
just like 75309.
Yeah, exactly. We got a Republic gunship for $350. Oh man, what do you think?
If I'm going to be completely honest, I'd rather have the Ninjago City Gardens, but
Yeah,
I still think it'd be really cool. And if I did have the budget to buy two $350 sets, I'd totally be up for it. I'm just excited to see what
yeah.
minifigures are included. Like, are we gonna get Jedi Bob or a P2 Captain Rex? I mean,
I
they
don't know.
asked for suggestions for minifigures. It could happen, but in a $350 set, come on.
I'm calling it now. There's just going to be 2 clone pilots. It's going to be stupid. They're going to do it. Yeah, 2 clone pilots is my prediction. One for each cockpit or whatever. But that $350 price point scares me because this is a set like I have to get it. It's a Republic gunship, but that's
Yeah,
a lot of money.
it's one of the best Star Wars ships ever.
Oh yeah, it's glorious.
I really
I've
hope it's
wanted one
300
forever.
and not 350.
Yeah. This is
And the
a
original
set.
goes for so much.
It does, but this is a set that they never make. It's been 7 years or 8 years actually. It's 2021 now, but
Yeah.
this is a set that they have barely ever made, and I I don't know. Like, it's just I feel like I need to get this one before it retires, just because they
Oh
probably
yeah.
won't make another one
It's
for an
just
eternity.
iconic.
I really hope, and I want to buy it to make a statement too. I really hope that this set sells like hotcakes, so they start making more prequel UCS stuff. So they start being more adventurous, right? Because
Well, they're with another set that we're going to get onto. It is like another iconic thing from the original trilogy and pretty much the last one. So I think there's a potential we could get more prequel stuff in the future
yeah,
because they've pretty
exactly.
much done almost every original trilogy UCS ship or vehicle or whatever. They've done
I
Cloud
mean,
City.
yeah, a lot of them need remakes, like Vader's TIE Fighter, TIE Interceptor, TIE Bomber. What else needs a remake? I don't know. I can't. I can't think off the top of my head, but a lot of the original trilogy sets need remakes, and I can just see Lego prioritizing those
I could
over
see the
prequels.
ATST being remade. There's stuff
Yeah,
that could be
that was
remade, but there's still room to where
yeah.
they could do prequel stuff.
The ATST is like 2006, so they'll probably remake that. Endor needs a remake. It's been 8 years, 9 years, but
Yeah, I'd like that set to be made.
yeah, I feel like that could be because we had Cloud City 2018, or sorry, we had a Sultan Hoth 2016, Cloud City 2018, Moss Eisley 2020. So you kind of have these play sets every other year. Next year it'll almost definitely be Endor. But yeah, so that's all I have to say about the Republic gunship. Like you said, I hope there are cool minifigures, but there won't be. I'm just calling it now.
Well, my only hope is that really they asked for suggestions for minifigures, so
They did.
that's what
Yeah.
kind of gets my hopes up a little bit. And also on the R2D2 thing, I saw a comment that somebody said that there should be a third leg on the R2D2 minifigure as well for the UCS set. I doubt that'll happen though, but
That
I
would
don't
be
know.
cool,
It
but
could.
they won't do
There's
it.
potential. I mean,
They won't.
it's a UCS set. They try and
Yeah.
put as much detail and accuracy as they can. Assault on Hoth. Anyways,
Yeah.
but yeah, uh, it's debatable.
But what was I gonna say? Yeah, like you said, they try to put in as much detail as possible. As correct, but if you just look at the UCS minifigures we've gotten in the last like 5 years, most recent UCS sets, the A-Wing, we got an A-Wing pilot. We got and the Star Destroyer, we got 2 Star Destroyer pilots or like Imperial Navy people or whatever.
Yeah, that was disappointing.
What was the UCS set before that? 2019. The Tantive, we just got all old minifigures except for Bail Organa.
And Leia, which was updated.
Leia was updated, but she's now in the X-Wing. So
yeah,
but I'm just not too hopeful on minifigures. I want to be wrong. I want to be wrong so badly. I want them to throw in like 5 clone commanders, like Jedi Bob, Mace Windu, all these, like all these iconic characters.
But they're never going to include
like,
more than 2 minifigures in a UCS set. It's just
yeah.
Happen. If anything, they had, like, P2 Captain Rex and Jedi Bob.
Imagine if they had like buildable Geonosis beasts in there as well. I feel like that'd take away from it. Like they never do side builds in UCS sets, but that'd be so cool. Next set is Mandalore Throne and Vault for $20. It's going to be a dual style set with Ahsoka, with Maul, and the like box thing that Maul gets trapped in. What do you think about this set?
I'm really pumped for it. I mean, we got Ahsoka in the AAT already for $40, so it makes me kind of regret getting that set, although I still really like it. They're probably going to reuse that figure, but I have my hopes that they're going to remake the Leku piece because the one they used in the AAT was just way too big.
Oh my god, I would love that. I would love if they remade the
That would
Leku
be an
piece.
instant buy for me if they updated it.
But here's the thing: is they won't. It's Lego.
Yeah,
Like
I doubt it. I
again,
doubt it.
I feel bad. I'm just like shutting down all your ideas, but like being
I'm just
realistic.
being
And
hopeful.
again, I want to be wrong. I want to be wrong so badly. But I don't think they'll remake the Leku piece. Even if they just put back the old Leku piece from the Clone Wars, they already have the mold for it. It's more accurate than the Rebels one. Because in Clone Wars season 7, her Leku are like down to here-ish. And like they're like halfway down her back. And the Leku piece that they used, like they had it down to like her waistline. And
It goes
like,
down to the hip piece.
down to the hip. Yeah. It's like, what? That's not
It's
what
way
it
too
looks
long.
like. Yeah. And then Maul in a $20 set. I'm hoping he's updated.
Yeah, we got the one in the book, which I absolutely love, and I just used that as a Clone Wars Season 7 version, even though
Yeah.
it's based on Solo. I think they'll really just
Oh, is it
erase the
really?
printing. Yeah, because it's got the little necklace on there.
Oh,
I
I
forget
never knew
what
that.
it's called, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's got the gold necklace based on Solo. And I think they may just erase that and replace it with some of the red kind of tattoo printing that he has on his chest. But I don't know
I'd
if
be
they'll
down with
update
that.
anything else. Yeah.
I do not have a Darth Maul minifigure in my collection, so that'll be one that I get.
I think that'll be a hot seller because Duel on Mustafar and Duel on Starkiller Base sold pretty well, I believe. And those were
Yes.
both great sets, I think.
Okay, Anthony Longo wants a shout out, so there you go. Anyways, yeah, I hope they keep doing these duels every single year because when I saw that there weren't any in January, I was like, what are they doing? Like, I got
I knew it was going to
Mustafar.
happen eventually.
Yeah, I don't have Starkiller, but like there is a lightsaber duel in almost every Star Wars movie, and that's some of my favorite parts of Star Wars movies, Rise of Skywalker. But yeah, I feel like there's so much they can do. They can remake the duel on the Boo. They could do a Geonosis duel from Episode 2. They can
Or,
do
like Yoda
Vader
versus
versus
Dooku.
Obi-Wan, Yoda versus Dooku. They can do Luke versus. I guess we got that with the Bestman duel, but so much they could do, including Clone Wars and Rebels as well. And it is a step in the right direction that they are bold enough to make a Clone Wars lightsaber duel set. I think.
I'm really happy that they're doing more Clone Wars and Mandalorian. It's a good sign.
Certainly, yeah. We got the Imperial Troop Transport 73111, $40 for this. I don't know.
Do you have the minifigure list on there? I forgot what minifigures were coming in it. I think
two
Grief Karga and a
Stormtroopers,
Mortar Trooper.
2 Stormtroopers, a Mortar Trooper, and Grief Karga.
Okay. That could be a good army builder, I think.
Yeah, I will buy it. I will. Mostly for the Mortar Trooper, because like I just love clone Stormtrooper and First Order. Not really First Order, but I love like the clone and Stormtrooper variants. I love having like as many different colors as I can get. And I feel like getting the Mortar Trooper, again, step in the right direction. It makes me think that we might get the Incinerator Trooper eventually. Please, Lego, please do it. I'd love that. But I've heard from Ryan in the Discord server and in his video, he said that the build is rough. Like it's not a great build. Like there are stud shooters all over the top. It's small. And yeah. But
I'll have to see it for myself to see what I personally think about it, because I like the X-Wing and the TIE Fighter that you can see in the background, and a lot of people said they were too small. So
yeah, exactly.
I'm not going to let somebody's opinion influence that, and I can always take off stud shooters.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah, I feel like the stud shooter complaint is a little bit stupid. They are very easy to take off. You just put a smooth tile over it or whatever.
Oh yeah. It's a good play
but
feature though, but it's
yeah,
just not best for displaying
I
and
mean,
collecting.
yeah, like I have a 5-year-old cousin and he goes batshit crazy over the stud shooters. Like there's favorite thing and like he got the Mando battle pack, and I think that set has like 6 or 7 stud shooters total, like in the whole thing. And he was just like having a field day with
Yeah, they can definitely
losing
be
this set
fun.
so easily too. But I'm most excited for the Mortar Trooper, but at the same time, he's gonna have that new stupid Stormtrooper helmet. I don't know how you feel about that, but I feel like the general consensus in the community is that it's bad.
I like it because they're nice and detailed. And to be honest, I don't move the helmets side to side whenever I'm
Yeah.
displaying them. Like I can even grab my Stormtroopers right here. I literally just
Oh, there you
display
go.
them facing forward. So it
Yeah.
doesn't even matter to me that much. And I like how detailed they are.
I
So
personally
like
don't
them.
care that you can't move the helmet side to side. I feel like, again, that is a stupid complaint because if you take the older ones and try to move their helmets side to side, you can't either. Like they'll pop off. I don't know why that's all of a
Well,
sudden a thing. You can do
you
it like
can
a little
somewhat, I
bit.
believe. Yeah.
Yeah. But they're still like you're not getting like 360-degree articulation. Yeah,
Oh
there
no, you
that's
can't spin them all the way around. Just to the
yeah,
side
so
slightly.
I feel like that's like a new thing I've heard, and I'm like, really? Like you guys care about that?
I think it's
Okay.
only for the stop motion people.
Yeah. Jack Libby is a nifty fellow, says Anthony Longo. But yeah, so the thing I don't like is just like how flat the front is, and I feel like with the older one, like it's just a little bit more dynamic. And I do agree it is a lot more detailed, but I honestly prefer like the
Yeah, I see
better
what you're saying.
shaping over the like. Do you know what the Family Guy Stormtrooper looks like?
Yes, I've heard the joke many
Yeah,
times. Yeah.
yeah, it's a common thing in the community, but the Family Guy Stormtrooper,
It does look like it though.
it's a good comparison. I will be right back. I feel bad doing this, but I have to go to the bathroom super badly, and then we'll talk about the rest of these sets.
All right, it's fine. So now we wait. Ladies and gentlemen, you go to the restroom before recording your podcast. Oh, I hope Yesta doesn't rewatch this section. But we got a lot. To talk about next. We got the 10th anniversary of Ninjago season 14 sets, the Ninjago City Gardens, Raya and the Last Dragon sets. So we got a lot to talk about. And Yesta's back.
I just made the quickest bathroom run of my life. What's next? 75312 Slave One for $50. What do you think?
The X-Wing looked good for $50, but the original price for the other ones were $80 compared to the Slave One, which is like $130 or $160. That's a
120.
huge, or $120.
Yeah.
That was a
Yeah.
huge price downgrade compared to the X-Wing and TIE Fighter, where it's like
Yeah.
a little bit less than half the price, maybe more, but I don't know. It's supposedly bigger than the Cloud City version, so I think it definitely could be better.
For
I like the Cloud
comparison,
City version. I think that one looks
this
good. So if
one-
it's a little bit bigger, it could be better.
Yeah. This one has, I believe, over 500 pieces, and then the Cloud City one had 297 with no minifigures included.
Okay, so I think this one will look good. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the Cloud City one looked really good. I was surprised at how good that one looked. I don't care about it. I have the 20th anniversary one right up there, so I don't need it.
I wish I got that one, so I may get this one.
Oh my God,
if it
it's
looks
such
good.
a great set. Yeah, I got that set for I think it was like $43 too because of a
Oh dang, that's a great
price
deal.
error. Such a good deal. So I basically got this one for cheaper than what they're charging for this one, which is pretty funny actually. But did you hear the minifigures in this set?
Han Solo, Boba Fett. This is such a missed opportunity to include season 2 Boba Fett from The Mandalorian. This would have been the opportunity. I hope it's not true, but it's probably
I think it's true.
Han Solo and Boba.
But I guarantee you they're holding it off to market the Book of Boba Fett sets. Because if they release that Boba Fett during the summer, then and they don't have like super interesting builds for the Book of Boba Fett sets, then no one's going to want to get it. It's the same thing with the Trouble on Tatooine, basically. Like, to be honest, if the Trouble on Tatooine set had the older style Mandalorian, like the non-Beskar, I don't think that set would sell too well. I don't think the build is that great. But
yeah,
I know some people disagree. I think the build's fine. It's not anything crazy, but it's not like the Razor Crest where you see that immediately and you're like, that's the ship from the Mandalorian. I want that. It's like, that's the ballista from the Mandalorian. I really liked that ballista. It did such cool things. Like, so obviously the draw of that set was the Beskar Mandalorian, and I feel like they're gonna have a similar $30 style set where the draw of the set is Boba Fett.
Yeah.
So
I don't have a Boba in my collection, so I'm gonna love getting that set if I do get it.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's actually going to be any Book of Boba Fett sets now, because in the light cruiser we're getting Fennec, who is going to be in the Book of Boba Fett, and then we're getting a Slave One a couple months before. It's like in December that Book of Boba Fett is going to release.
Yeah.
So they're releasing that ahead of time, so it can be out for a year or so while the episodes are airing in December and all the way through. So I think they're already prepared. You know, you got Fennec, you got Boba's Slave One already available right before the show comes out in like 4 or 5 months.
I bet you they'll do one set in like January or whatever, because even though, like you say, Fennec, like that is correct, Fennec will be in the show. I feel like the Fennec release timing is because of the Bad Batch more so, because I know she's going to be in that. And as we'll get to, they're doing a Bad Batch set as well. So I feel like that's the reason why they're pushing her out sooner than the Boba Fett. Whereas with the Boba Fett, they're like, yeah, we're doing Mandalorian season 2 sets, but we don't feel the need to push him out right away because he has his own series coming out. And I feel like there's obviously going to be more characters in the Book of Boba Fett than just Fennec and what's his face, Boba. So I feel like you could include like 1 or 2 other figures, even like a Gamorrean guard. It's been a hot minute since we gotten one of those. Like,
it's been a while since we've gotten some good Return of the Jedi sets. The last ones were the Epic Battle sets from 2019, which were just they're just all right.
That's my second favorite Star Wars movie too. So I don't like to see the disrespect. But like I said, I feel like we're gonna get a Battle of Endor.
I think it could happen.
Yeah. So 75303 is the UCS AT-AT for $800.
I was really hoping it would be a UCS Death Star 2. I think that would have been like 10 times cooler. We already have a play scale one out right now. So maybe wait a year or two.
That's really weird to me.
Year or two, but I think it could be ginormous. It's going to look really cool on a shelf. It's going to be a giant set. Considering it's the same price, I think the UCS Falcon was $800 as well. So this is going to be a ginormous set, and the AT-AT already looks like a monstrous vehicle, even as a play scale set. So I think this is still going to be really neat, and it's going maybe to be the biggest Lego set to date after the Coliseum. So it'll be cool to have Star Wars back at the top again.
So I have heard that is 6,800 pieces. I feel like and that the 11,000 piece thing is bogus, which I am more inclined to believe that this is a 6,800 piece set than an 11,000 piece set. Because 11,000 pieces, man. Like, where would those pieces go? I don't know. I feel like that is a little bit.
It's got to be like motorized or something. It's got to have some intricate design.
But
I'm just saying it's got to have enough to have that many pieces. It's got to have something to it. Yeah.
I would imagine, but I know like the Brick Vault one is like 6,500 pieces, so like I can, and that thing is so monstrous, so I can see them doing 6,800 pieces. I don't think I'll buy it because it's freaking $800.
I don't have $800 on me just whenever it comes out.
Don't have it lying around.
I got a Moff Gideon Light Cruiser to pick up for 160.
Yeah, exactly. Like I have a birthday, Christmas, and I'm going to be working 2 jobs this year. Like, and I still will not buy it. Like, I just won't. You know. Especially with all the other cool shit that's coming out during the summer. Like, I'm just.
There's so much other stuff that you could get with that money.
Oh my gosh!
From a variety of different themes instead of a UCS AT-AT, which will probably come with like 2 minifigures or whatever.
Exactly. It'll be like General Veers and an AT-AT pilot. They're not going to do anything interesting. And
it's going to be the exact same ones from the play scale AT-AT from 2020.
I feel like they'll do less than the play scale AT-AT. I wouldn't even be surprised. I
just the General Veers.
I think it'll be General Veers and maybe 1 or 2 AT-AT pilots. I think that's all they're going to do. Will it have an interior, do you think?
Yeah, I'd say, because the UCS Falcon did, and it was around the same price. They could implement it.
But the same thing is, here's the thing: is that the Star Destroyer was around the same price as well. It was
Oh,
700.
that's very.
Didn't I think they'll do a cockpit, but that's it. I don't think they'll do the interior of like the main box section of the thing because I feel like a lot of it's going to be Technic and stability for keeping those legs in place.
I think there will be some because if they can do it in a play scale one, they may at least include something in a UCS one. It's an ultimate collector set.
They certainly could. You could say the same for the Star Destroyer, right? Like,
well,
they
have
these huge fold-out interiors and the play scale ones. They're so cool, and it's so disappointing.
But then sometimes I'm like, how many times are you going to be opening it up? That's what I was thinking about the Millennium Falcon. I wasn't the biggest fan of the interior, if I was being completely honest. But then I thought to myself, why would I even be opening up the interior constantly? It's literally been like this for the past couple of months.
Oh yeah,
I
exactly.
haven't opened it much.
I was moving my modulars today over like to my top shelf because that'll be a whole video where like I'm gonna teach people how, or like try to teach people how to like manage space better, which is something I've been needing to do. But I was moving the modulars and I was like, are there any minifigures on the inside? And I opened them and there were like a bunch of minifigures on the inside. And I was like, yeah, I probably haven't opened these since I built them like 4 or 5 years ago. So yeah, I was like, damn. But I know they do the interiors so like kids can play with them and whatnot. And
with
I
collector sets, it's not as necessary.
Because what kid's going to be buying and building an $800 UCS AT-AT, right?
I mean, the kid could be rich or spoiled. You don't know, but yeah.
I don't know. I feel like that also might be one of the most difficult Lego sets to build of all time.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because there's going to be so much Technic workings on the interior. Because there has to be a reason why they waited until 2021 to put out a UCS AT-AT. We got an A wing before an AT-AT. We got a B wing before an AT-AT. We've
gotten the Falcon twice before the AT-AT, a full on
exactly.
Death Star, many of them.
Such an iconic vehicle. We've gotten 3 Death Stars, 2 Y wings, 2 X wings. So, and I'm almost positive it's because of stability reasons, and they only recently like figured it out or like have gotten to a point where it's like, okay, we have the elements we need. We're comfortable enough at this point that we can
actually manage it and do it.
Yeah. So. That's all I really have to say about the AT-AT. I'm interested to see what it'll look like. I just want to see how big it is, really. Because I know even though the Star Destroyer had less pieces than the Falcon, it actually takes up more space. Like it has more
it's
mass.
Like longer,
Yeah, like the Star Destroyer is the most massive Lego set ever. It doesn't have the most pieces. It's actually not even close.
It's the largest in size, just not the most expensive, and it doesn't have the most pieces.
It has almost half the pieces of the Coliseum, which is interesting. Have you seen the Coliseum in person before, by the way? Completely random question.
Yeah, I went to the Lego store January 1st and I saw it, and it's actually smaller than I thought it would be. I
thought the same.
Super big. I think I'm too used to the UCS Falcon.
Yeah. I saw it in person, and at the Lego store, I was with my mom, and I was like, that's the Coliseum? That's it? Really?
Is that a promo?
Station. Yeah, they had the police station next to it, and it was like, not about the same size, but like $200 or like 3,000 pieces versus 9,000 pieces. I wasn't seeing it, to be honest. So the next set, 75314, Bad Batch Shuttle, $100. This might be the one I'm most excited for.
Heck yeah. I'm just curious to know if it'll be licensed under the Bad Batch. Will it have the Bad Batch members at the top of it? Or will it have the 332nd clone at the top and be branded under Clone Wars?
Oh, I thought...
It could go for both. It could go either way.
So I'm more inclined to think that it will be licensed as Bad Batch, but will they put a Bad Batch trooper in the top right? I don't know. Like with the Mandalorian set, they put Vader in the top right.
Well, with the ATST Raider and then all the rest of them, they did include the Mandalorian because they knew they were going to do more sets. So the question is, if they are going to put the Bad Batch on the top right of the shuttle, that means they'll be doing more Bad Batch sets. If they just license it under the Clone Wars, I think it's just going to be the Clone Wars, and they're not going to make any more sets. That's going to be correlated to both.
Yeah, because I presume like the Bad Batch shuttle in this is going to look exactly the same as it did during the Clone Wars, right?
I don't think there's going to be any modifications.
Because the animation style is exactly the same.
It takes
presumably.
place immediately after season 7, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, the
Or
Bad Batch
sometime
arc was
after.
the Bad Batch arc was like right before the Revenge of the Sith, and I know this one takes place during and after Revenge of the Sith, like right after. So it'll look the same as it did in the Clone Wars. I'm interested to see the interior on this, but like you said, like the interior isn't the biggest thing to me. Will it fit all 5 figures? Yeah, probably. But
Well, that's my only thing. Like the Knights of Ren transport, they look like microfighters sticking out of the top of them. And it was like a dumbed down set. And
yeah,
if the price is
you're
wrong
right.
and it ends up being 80, I may be disappointed if there's not that much
Yeah,
interior space, because generally you want to fit your entire team in their ship. That was my problem with the Knights
yeah.
of Ren transport ship. And also I was a
So
little bit confused why the entire Bad Batch was included in it. I was
yeah.
not expecting that. I thought it would be like a collect every set. Here's
I
also the
am
Bad Batch shuttle.
so happy they did that.
Yeah, me
You have
too.
no idea, man. Like the Knights of Ren was stupid the way they did it.
And they did nothing in the movie. They
Yeah,
just stood around.
I only got Kylo's shuttle out of like all the sets that they came in, and I was like, you know what? I got it before the movie came out, and I was like, you know what? These figures are dope. I'm gonna collect them all. And then I saw Poe's X-wing, and it was $90. I was like, ah. And then I saw the Sith tie
I
dagger.
forget
It was
that's 90.
$80, and I was like, ah. And then I saw the Knights of Ren transport, and it was 70, and it had nothing going on. I was like, yeah,
How the
I'm doing
heck
this.
is their transport ship the smallest set to be included with some Knights of Ren minifigures? That's my thing.
In terms
If it
of
was
piece count,
100, I would have hoped so.
the Sith TIE fighter technically has less pieces, but yeah.
But it's the
That
cheapest
set
set, I
is so
mean.
stupid. Yeah, it is the cheapest. And I
I
see
like
that
the
on
Sith TIE
discount
Fighter,
everywhere.
but it's just way too expensive. I love the design
Yeah.
of it, but it's just
Oh yeah, it's cool.
egregiously overpriced.
I saw the Sith TIE for 56 at Walmart the other day, and I was like, no. And then
Hold out on that.
I saw the Knights of Ren transport for what was it, like 42?
Yeah,
Something
I want to
like
say
it was
42,
like
yeah.
I think it was 42. It was 40% off. And I was like,
That's
no.
the average kind of price that you see it at now, but I'd say
Yeah.
wait maybe for
Not doing
summer
it.
Walmart clearance and then
Yeah.
pick it up, because then it'll be like 50 or 60% off even.
I'll
Then
get,
it'll be
yeah,
worth it.
What'd 60% off be? That'd be like $28. Yeah, I might do that. Just really for the figures, right? Like, I don't know. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, that's all I have to say about the Bad Batch. I'm super happy that they're putting in all those figures in just the one set. I
Yeah,
think
that's so good. I'm so relieved
yeah,
about that.
they had to do that. Yeah. Moff Gideon's cruiser, $160.
This one may be the one I'm most excited for. I don't know,
Yeah,
though.
I can understand why.
I don't own a Star Destroyer, so this could be a great substitute for that until they release a dumbed down one similar to the X-Wing and TIE Fighter, because you just know they're going to do that. They're doing it with the Slave One. They're going to do it with the Millennium Falcon in a couple years. You know it's going to happen.
They could do like an $80, $90 Star Destroyer. I could see them pulling that off. But what I was going to say is my biggest fear for this set. I know Ryan said that there are going to be micro TIE fighters included, and like really small ones, and like
the sides of them are like a 1x1 square tile or whatever.
Yeah. So
is it going to be a micro scale thing, or?
That's cool. That gets me excited. But the thing is will the rest of the ship be micro scale? I hope not.
Dang.
I really, really hope not. Because the Aquaritans class Star Destroyers in universe, well, they're not actually Star Destroyers, they're light cruisers. But they are a lot smaller than a Star Destroyer. So if you made it $160 set and you made it micro figure scale, it would actually be very close to how it is in universe. But I don't want it micro figure scale. I want features on the inside that you can play around with minifigs. Sure, go ahead and throw in some of those micro scale TIE fighters. Like, that's a cool function. But if that's an indication that the rest of the set is going to be micro scaled, I'm not going to be happy.
But my thing is, I remember there was like a Rebels set. I can't remember which one it was, but there were some really small TIE fighters in one of them, and the rest of the build was regular minifigure scale.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, maybe it's just like that, except they're scaling it down a lot more.
I think that's the Imperial assault carrier.
Yeah, that one I think so. Yeah. But I think it could still be minifigure scale, just make it just a slight bit smaller than the normal Star Destroyer. Even if it's not super accurate, I think it's going to be a much better set for kids and stuff to play with, because
Yeah,
that's really Lego's main focus. I know they're doing a ton of 18 plus sets though,
yeah,
and you got to cater to the kids somehow. Like, what other play
yeah,
features are you
exactly.
going to make other than small TIE fighters and flick fire missiles? You got to have
Yeah,
something
that's true.
inside of it.
I don't. Yeah, kids aren't interested in micro scale vehicles. Like the one thing I was thinking of is Rex's Rex Celsior. I have that set. It's a really good set. It's just micro scale, and I
It's
don't
just
know.
not as
Like,
interesting. I
yeah,
wouldn't be as interested in it whenever I'd be like 7 years old. I would not be
yeah,
interested
exactly.
in a
I mean,
smaller
like,
version of something I saw in a movie.
yeah, yeah, like you were saying, like you don't open the interiors that much. So if it is micro scale, will I still buy it? Yeah, probably. But I don't know. I just hope it isn't. I feel like,
I don't think it will.
yeah.
At least I hope
And
not.
then there are two more sets. The first is the Mandalorian Fighter for 60. What do you think of that?
Oh, I'm super hyped about that. We're finally getting.
The
Oh, and I forgot to mention the
minifigures.
minifigures in the light
Oh
cruiser.
yeah, we
We're
didn't even
finally
talk
getting
about
a
that.
Moff Gideon minifigure.
That'll be cool.
Finally.
I hope they don't cop out and do the dark saber like silver hilt and then like black
Like what they used to do in
rod.
2012
Yeah,
for the
yeah, like the
Mandalorian Fighter.
2012 one. It really either needs a new mold or they can just dual mold one of those Ninjago katanas, like the mid-sized ones. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
if they made the hilt gray and then the rest of the thing black with like maybe some white printing on it, like that'd be fine. They could use that existing mold. They
I
could make a
think,
new mold. And that'd be cool.
yeah. I think even if they just remolded, I don't have one around me, but the Ninjago katana, dual mold that piece, make it
Yeah,
gray on the bottom, black on the top, put a white outline around it, and you got a
yeah,
dark
that's
saber.
exactly what I'm saying. That'd be sick. Like, are you just saying the standard Ninjago katana?
Yeah, like the longer one, just
Yeah, yeah, that could
standard.
work.
It would still work.
I think the mid-size one would be definitely more accurate, but I know that one doesn't really like have a solid handle to it. So I feel yeah, they might do the long one. I don't know if they can print on that though. Have they ever done that before?
Um, well, they did print on this Ninjago one I have on me on this piece,
Oh,
so
oh yeah,
or I
yeah,
don't know if
it's
that's
close
molded
enough.
or not, but it looks like it.
I know on the Temple of Light swords they had that printing on it as well. So I think they could do that. I think
There's the
reasonably, yeah,
potential that they could make a good piece, but if not,
yeah,
I'll just make my own. I'll get a black
yeah, exactly.
Ninjago katana, put gray on the bottom, put some white around
Yeah,
it, and I'll be
it
happy.
won't be too hard to do. Especially if you just have like a small paintbrush as well. But
Yeah.
the Mandalorian Fighter, I'm freaking excited for it just because of the minifigures. Really, I don't know. I don't like love the
Bo-Katan
vehicle.
is long overdue.
Yeah,
Long overdue.
yeah, because she was introduced in like what 2011 or something.
I
Her
think
character's been
she
around.
was introduced in like season 4 or 5 or something. Like, she could
Yeah,
have
so
been in
like
the Mandalorian Fighter set, the
yeah,
original
so
one.
like 2012 ish, I think. So yeah, she's been around for a while, basically, like half my life, which is weird to think about. But so she's gonna be in it. Gar Saxon is gonna be in it with a molded Maul helmet. That'll be so
I
cool.
thought if Gar Saxon ever became a minifigure, I thought they would cheap out and not include the helmet. I think
Yeah,
M&R said this too, but the fact
yeah.
that they're actually molding like the horns on it, oh my gosh, I cannot
Oh
wait
my
to see
god,
what that
yeah,
looks
that'll be
like.
sick. I hope it's not rubber, but it probably will be. But at the
Yeah,
same
because it
time,
has spikes on it. They'll
yeah,
probably go with rubber.
I'm not like constantly touching my minifigures, so like it doesn't really matter.
My Ahsoka
And
Tano's
then
head tails on the very
yeah.
bottoms, they're already white, and I've hardly touched them. It
Oh
just
man.
happens.
Okay.
Yeah, just a little bit, but
Yeah.
with rubber pieces, it's so easy for it to happen.
Yeah, I don't have that much rubber in my collection. I'm trying to think. I know like the old Ahsoka head tails are actually plastic, which was why I was surprised when I found out the new ones were rubber, but I guess it makes sense.
Like Plo
Looking
Koon,
at
it's hard to find one where
yeah.
the printing isn't rubbed off on the
Oh, I know.
secondary
Yeah,
marking.
I know with my older Dobbies, they had no printing on them anymore because they're 10, 12 years old. Like it's gone at this point. But
Yeah,
the last set, 75369, Darth Vader's meditation chamber, 18 plus.
I was surprised by this one. I was
It's a
not
sweet
expecting
pick.
this to ever be a Lego set. It was already in the Darth Vader's castle, so I
And it was
really
in
saw no point.
It was in a couple of the Star Destroyers, I think, as well.
Yeah, so they made it in the past, but I've always enjoyed the design of it.
Yeah,
Like in the movies, I thought it looked really cool.
they've
And I'm
never done.
wondering if they'll update like the head to make it look like a burned up Anakin, maybe a little bit different
Yeah,
or something. Just add some spice to it, you know?
yeah, they've never done a full scale meditation chamber. All the ones that we've gotten have been very mini in terms of like how they look as to. Well, I don't know about Vader's castle. I don't know what the meditation and chamber in there actually looked like, but I would assume it'd be like about the same as the Star Destroyer.
It was
But
about like maybe this big or so. It wasn't like the largest thing ever.
yeah, I have that set right here. There it is.
Nice.
But yeah, so I feel like yeah, just looking at it, like it can barely just fit a minifigure in there, and I feel like a full scale version. Like, how much do you think this set will be? I think it's going to be like $40.
I think the price was rumored, but maybe the entire set list prices were rumored, except for that one. But I'm hoping it'll be like $30. If it's $30,
Yeah,
I may actually get it. But if it's 50 or 40, I'll wait for the price to go down on it.
I think with Star Wars tax, it's going to be 40. 3 minifigures too. I think leads me to believe that they usually don't do 3 minifigures in $30 sets.
I think
Like
it'll
with
be a New Hope version of Darth Vader and not the arm printed version that's based off of Revenge of the Sith and all the other movies. They're just going to cheap out and reuse that old 2015 minifigure, which is all right if it's based off of A New Hope in his meditation chamber. Or actually, that was Empire Strikes Back.
Empire Strikes Back, yeah. But so, which leads me to believe it's an 18 plus set, and also from the Empire Strikes Back, we got the Bespin duel with the arm printing. So they could do it. I really hope they do.
I don't think they'd cheap out on that as much as they would with the shuttle.
Yeah, that was weird how they didn't do that with the shuttle. I was genuinely surprised.
I think they're trying, or no, that's based off Return of the Jedi. Never mind.
Yeah, it's freaking weird. Especially because it's an $80 set. It's twice as expensive as the Bespin duel. It's about the same as the final duel. That was $100. It's close.
Yeah, I have the final duel in the background, and I got it for $90. You can find it for cheaper at Walmart, Target,
I got
and stuff.
I got it for about that at Walmart. It's a good set. It's right over there. I made an entire Star Wars shelf today. Just all my Star Wars things.
I need a new shelf. I have run out of display area, as you can see, or maybe I can move this way. I'm pretty much out of room everywhere on these shelves, and then up there I have all my Harry Potter. And if I get any more Harry Potter sets, I'm done.
Yours is like nice and organized, and you can see everything. With mine, nope. I have diagonality on the top shelf, and you can barely see it because other stuff's in front of it and just covering it. So, yeah, I am trying to figure out that storage solution, and right now I'm more focused on like just using my space in the best way possible than actually like displaying the sets because I've given up on that. Once I move out in like 2-3 years, like I just need to get my own like Lego room, or like even like with my bedroom, I just need to do space better, right? Like I don't know what I'm gonna be able to afford in terms of houses when I'm like in my early 20s, but yeah, so that's that. That's all the Star Wars sets. Do you want to talk about?
Anyways, I wanted to add something about the shelves.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
But this Ninjago set that I built last on the stream, I don't have anywhere to put this either. My last 2 Ninjago sets, the Tournament of Elements and the Epic Battle set, I have over there, and that takes up all the space possible. And I have a Ninjago shelf right. It's the third down white one behind me, and it's all Ninjago vehicles, and it's like stacked to the top. So I have no space left for Ninjago, no space left for Star Wars. Heck, I even have like all my minifigures right here because I have no other spot to put them. But they still work right there, so I'm okay with it. But
I
have no more space left.
I have 3 gallon-sized bags filled with minifigures, not even a display. So that's that. But with Riot and the Last Dragon, there were like 3 sets revealed. I need to look up pictures of these. I already forget what they look like.
Oh, and we're going to talk about Ninjago and then Raya.
Oh yeah, that's true. Ninjago's 10th anniversary. I'm all over the place tonight.
It's alright.
Did you do anything cool for like Ninjago's 10th anniversary? Or?
I mean, I got Wu's Dragon set the day after, but I started rewatching Ninjago more. It was a
Yeah.
busy day for me that day, school wise. Like I
Mhm.
went past my school time just on homework, so I didn't have like a ton of time to celebrate it. But
Yeah.
Ninjago City Gardens released that day,
Oh, that is a
and
cool
oh,
set.
it is so cool. I like it better than the normal Ninjago City. I don't know if that's a
I don't
controversial
blame you.
opinion or not, because
No,
it's
I
a
feel like
legacy set. It's based off of the
yeah.
TV show, not the movie. So you get all
I
the
feel
TV
like
show details.
I feel like the back of the Ninjago City Gardens is like a bit empty and leaves a little bit to be desired, but like you're gonna display it from the front. So,
Yeah.
and then I feel like that whole thing with the 16 by 32 base plate and like the titanium J statue area too is just like such a cool detail. I could make an entire podcast just talking about all the details in that set.
Like Master
Uh,
Chen's Noodle House, we're
that
finally
is
getting one.
freaking
Like, oh
cool.
my gosh, that is
Yeah.
so cool. Like I'm on season 4 right now as I'm rewatching,
Mhm.
and I watched the review and I keep on going back to the review so I can get the references. And even in the
Yeah.
Tournament of Elements set, the book, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's Klaus's spell book. The roller skates they used in that one part in the episode, it's all
Yeah.
coming back to me now, and I'm just like, the
They're
details, they're
really
so
good at
good.
packing in those references. But so I mentioned in my Ninjago retrospective video that I've seen, like I watched seasons 1 through 4 when they aired, and season 8. Right now on the 10th anniversary, I started watching season 10, March of the Oni, and I'm 3 episodes in. I need to finish that. I'm gonna be honest, I don't really like it. It's just not really for me. It's just hard for me to get into, really. But
Yeah, majority of the newer Ninjago stuff people don't really like, aside from
yeah,
Master of the Mountain, which I've heard pretty good things about, season 13. But other
okay,
than that, I know most people don't like the newer stuff, aside from Sons
yeah.
of Garmadon and Hunted,
Sons of
season 8 and
Garmadon
9.
was great. I haven't
Oh, that
watched
was so
Hunted.
good. That's
I
one of my
need to
favorites.
I think I need to rewatch the old seasons. People say Possession is the best. I haven't seen Possession yet.
I like
So
the Weekend Whip for that version, but I don't
yeah,
remember much. I don't
yeah.
remember much about Possession, but that's next. That's season 5, so I'm
My
excited to rewatch
favorite
more.
will always be Rise of the Snakes. It's just the best season to me. You
It's a
can't beat that.
classic.
It is
Season 1
so
and 2 are
classic,
great.
man. Every one of those episodes in season 1, like I really do need to go back and rewatch it.
Like as I
It's
rewatched it, I remembered me sitting in the hotel room whenever me and my family traveled to Texas after going
yeah.
to Legoland, and me building a Lego Chima set and watching like some of the, I think, pilot episode reruns or whatever. Like I can only
Oh, that's
remember
awesome.
so much. And I wasn't even into Ninjago then. It was just a trip to Legoland Discovery Center. And I decided to pull it up on Cartoon Network, and that's all I can remember from it. And it just brings back
Yeah,
so many
yeah.
good memories about that one time.
Dude, Ninjago was great. I had so many. I remember. So 2012 or 2011, I would have been in second grade, first or second grade. I remember having so many like conversations with my friends at like the lunch table about it. Like I remember we theorized who the Green Ninja was. I was always like, oh, it's got to be Zane, because I remember in the club magazine it showed a picture of the Green Ninja and he had like silver detailing on his top, like on his top cowl, and like
Oh yeah,
it
yeah.
was it was Zane and Jay who also had silver detailing on there, and Kai and Cole had gold. So I was like,
Mhm.
okay, it's either Zane
Or
or
actually,
Jay.
I think Zane had gold actually, if I remember
Did he? You
correctly.
might be right. So who was it? Was it Cole and Jay?
Cole and Zane had gold, and then
Okay.
Jay and Kai had
Yeah, so I'm getting all mixed
silver.
up here.
Yeah,
So I might
Kai
have
and
thought
Jay
it
had
was Jay
silver.
or something. Okay, so Kai and Jay had silver, so I was like, okay, it has to be one of them. And when it was Lloyd, I was like, what the heck? Like, I remember being thrown
Like,
for
this
such a
kid.
loop. Yeah, but then like afterwards, I was looking back, and literally the sets released months before the TV show came out. The like young Lloyd minifigure had a green 5 on his shirt, like Fifth Ninja. Like it was so obvious. It
Oh,
was right there.
now that you're saying that, I just now
Yeah,
realized that.
yeah.
That's actually really cool. That
Yeah, the
is
green 5.
wow.
That was like the first like Easter egg I ever discovered. Like I know he came in the Rattlecopter set, and I was looking at my Rattlecopter after the episodes came out where like the weapons were floating around him, and it was revealed that he was the Green Ninja all along. And I was looking at my Lord, and I was like, holy crap, he has a green 5 on him. Like,
Yeah, my mind was
wow.
just blown as you said that. I didn't even think about that. I was always wondering what the 5
Yeah.
meant.
I assume
Like I
that's the
have that
reference.
minifigure
If
from
it's
a
just a
friend's collection that he.
coincidence, if it's a coincidence, then like what the actual hell? But
I
it
don't think
has to
it's
be.
any coincidence.
Yeah. So yeah,
Yeah,
Ninjago
because
is great.
season 1 and 2 were planned, and then they ended up extending, and here we are with season 14 coming out in
Yeah.
March, I believe. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
And they confirmed season 15 as well, which is nuts. I wonder how long it will go on for. I wonder if in another 10 years, because the sets sell like hotcakes, like, you know,
I think it'll end with season 15, but I don't know what's
yeah.
going to go about for Kirby Morrow because he recorded his lines for season 14, but not 15.
Okay.
So what
I
are they
mean,
going to do there?
they replaced Lloyd's voice actor. I think they'll just replace him. Like, it's sad, but like, I feel like they'll just do that.
I feel like that's kind of the same thing as replacing Chadwick Boseman in Black
I know
Panther, where
it
it's kind
is.
of like, come on, why you got to do that? I think some
I know.
people could be upset about it, but as long as the voice actor reprises his role well and honors his legacy, get it,
Yeah.
Ninjago legacy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it could work. I think we should end it with season 15,
agree.
though, because it's
Yeah.
just gone on for way too long. Even though it's
It
super
has.
successful, like keep creating these random legacy sets or whatever, or not random, just keep creating more sets that are just random and not based on any seasons. People will still buy them. It's
Yeah,
such a good
exactly.
theme. It's still popular, and they
Yeah.
have a ton of sets to remake for Legacy. Like they
Oh
don't,
yeah,
they haven't even remade all the
absolutely.
season 1 sets for Legacy.
Yeah, they're all over the place with Legacy. Like we're only in the second or third year, and they're already doing season 5 sets, right? Yeah, we have
Yeah,
the Ghost set. I feel like there's so much they can
only
do with
Zane's
that.
Titan battle mech thing. That's the only possession one we got this
Well,
wave.
there's also the Cole Epic Duel, right? Or like Epic
Well,
Battle.
yeah, but the suit that Cole wears isn't in the show. Like he's wearing mummy wraps
Oh,
for
okay,
some reason.
that's
It's
weird.
kind of weird. But the
That is
ghost
really
is
weird.
based off of it. So, technically, but it's kind of one of
Yeah,
those spinner gimmick sets that's just
yeah.
labeled under Legacy. I
I
found it
like
kind
the
of
Epic
weird.
Battle sets better than the spinners. I like the arcade pods better than the spinners too.
Oh
I think the
yeah.
spinners are getting really old. Like they were like, oh, what if we did flying spinners? What if we did flying spinners with wings? What if we did spinjitzu slams? Like I don't know. That's
It
all
just
I
gets
gotta say about
repetitive after a
Ninjago,
while,
though.
and they're not the most exciting things. But the spinner sticks
Yeah,
that they include, at least you still get that spinner ability in
yeah,
it, and you get 2 minifigures for $10, which is such a good deal. I think
yeah.
they
I feel
should
like
keep doing that.
they did that with the arcade pods too. 2 minifigs for $10. Like I like that a lot, especially because
And they
they're
look
pretty
good on
high
display.
retail too. Oh yeah, for sure. I need to pick up some of those epic battle sets. I kind of want the Kaya one. It looks cool because it has a skeleton in it as well. That's just the classic to me.
Yeah.
And then whichever one has a snake, is it Jay? I think.
Just
I think.
his outfit is really weird. Like it's a
Yeah,
zebra pattern, but it's blue and it's labeled under
yeah.
Legacy. When did he wear this?
Yeah, I've seen that.
Like deleted
But
episode or something?
yeah, so that's all I gotta say about Ninjago. Do you have anything else to add for like the 10th anniversary, whatnot?
Well, there's season 14 sets, I believe, that also got revealed for the
Oh
10th
yeah, that
anniversary
is true.
for the island season, and that looks really cool. I'm excited for the season more than I am the
Yeah,
sets, but the $50 island set, that one looks really cool for 50.
I'm surprised it's 50. Like, and it has like 600 pieces too. I was like,
Yeah,
really? Like,
I
I
was
kind of see
surprised
it
with
like,
the
yeah,
okay.
I kind of see it like because I know the back of the box leaked today, and I was looking at it, and I was like, "Huh, okay, I guess it makes a little bit more sense. But like just looking at it from the front, I was like, kind of looks like a $40 set, but
Yeah.
okay.
I was surprised that the Zane's mech set from January was 60. Like I saw
Yeah,
it and I thought it was a $100 set, and then I saw 800 pieces. I was like, okay, $90 or $80 set. No,
yeah,
60. That's a
800
great deal.
pieces.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
have to get that eventually.
it's as big as Lloyd's Titan mech. They did a side by side comparison on
And that one's
Brickset, I
like
think it was.
$20 more.
It is, yeah. I don't have Lloyd's Titan mech. I think it's a great set. It's right up
That one's
there.
pretty cool.
Yeah. So I'm, I don't know. I'm kind of all mech'd out. I might not get that one, but
I don't have a ton of
yeah.
mechs, so I'm okay with it.
The catamaran battle might be like the least interesting set out of all
Why
of
do we
them to
need a
me.
Ninjago catamaran?
I
We don't
like
need any more
catamarans.
Ninjago vehicles.
Like catamarans are cool, but like they look so weird.
Like in those colors,
Ninjago?
especially, it's just Why do
it's
ninjas need catamarans?
it's like
I
light blue
understand a
and brown
bike
for one of
or a
them, and then
plane.
like light orange and red for the other. What are you doing? I don't know.
It's just odd. It's different,
Yeah,
but I like that they're trying to do something different at least.
yeah. The jungle
That's what I
dragon is pretty
appreciate.
funky. That's
I
weird, and I
actually kind
love
of
it.
like that one.
I love
I
it.
love the colors on it. Like
It's like 30 or 40, I think.
yeah, this
Yeah,
teal color, it doesn't
yeah,
show
yeah.
up that well on camera, but I
It does
love
not.
that
It looks blue.
color so much. And on a dragon, or like it looks more like a lizard to me, if I'm being honest.
It does. It does look more like a lizard.
But it just looks crazy, and it reminds me of the Green Ninja Mech Dragon from the Ninjago movie, which I
Oh
never
yeah, that's
got.
a good one. I never got that either. I saw it for half off and I didn't get it. I kind of regret
Me
that.
too.
Um, but yeah, and then what's the smallest one? There's one more
It's
set, right?
it's a Lloyd Motorcycle Set. I may just get
Oh
it for
yeah,
the Lloyd and Nia and like the Islander, the weird purple Islander figures. Those are
yeah,
cool. So for $20, I'll wait for that to go like 20% off. And then once
yeah.
I see it in the TV show, I may be like, okay, that's kind of cool, and pick it up just
I
for the minifigures, I think.
I'm so sick of the $20 bike sets. I'm gonna be
There's
honest.
so many for Ninjago.
I could not care less about that. I couldn't even remember what it was. So honestly, I probably won't get any of these. If I see the Keeper's Village on like a good discount, I might get it. But other than that, like the catamaran's not interesting. The bike's not interesting to me. The dragon's really cool, but I don't know. I have a bunch of dragons too. I have the firstborn. I have I have more dragons than that. I just can't think of it off the top of my head. But yeah, so those
Yeah,
are the
the only
season 14
Ninjago dragon I have is this one for $20, and it was
That
a
is a
really
great
good
dragon.
value.
I
So
would
I hope
actually like to
to
get
get a
that.
bigger one eventually.
Yeah. And then what was I gonna say? It's weird to me that they're only doing 4 sets for this wave. I feel like that's the least we've gotten for a season in a
Yeah.
while. Like a long while. Like, come to think of it, is this the least we've ever gotten for a season? Just
It's like
4 sets?
4, but we're also getting a poly bag, which comes with
Okay.
that same Lloyd minifigure in the $20 set. So technically 5 if you include the poly bags. So
Yeah.
I think it could be tied with another, or March of the Oni. We only got one
March of
set.
the Only had one. Yeah. I don't know. That was more of a TV special. It had 4 episodes. I don't even like really consider that a season. But yeah,
And then we
like
get a
I
ton of
know.
sets for Day of the Departed.
Yeah, exactly. That was weird to me. I
It's
covered
odd.
that in my video. But yeah, that's all I gotta say about Ninjago. Now that we've covered the season 14 sets, which I low key forgot about because they're so uninteresting to me. I just
They're
don't
kind of
care about them.
forgettable. I just realized while we were talking about Ninjago, I was like, oh wait, season
Yeah.
14. I'm just more
It's
excited
just-
about the season, so that's why I remembered it.
It's just gonna be another one of those seasons. And then the last thing I have to talk about is the Raya, and the Last Dragon
I think
sets.
it's Raya.
Raya, yeah. Let me look this up. Lego Raya and the Last Dragon. There are 3 of them. So the first one
Well, there's
is
also a poly bag too, but whatever.
Oh, okay. I don't know about any of these poly bags, man. Raya and the Heart Palace, 610 pieces, $80. What do we think?
Overpriced.
I agree.
It
Animal thing,
looks good though.
yeah, it does look really good. I probably wouldn't get it, but like for young girls, like it looks interesting, or guys, I don't know. Like you don't have to buy a set based on your gender, but the
I got a
animal
Trolls
looks
poly bag.
cool.
I don't care.
Yeah, dude, the Trolls poly bags are dope. The animal that she's riding looks cool. I like that. And then apparently in like the big dome, there's a secret room, which I'm interested to see what that looks like. I don't think it was in any of the official pictures, but yeah,
I'm pulling it up right now
curious
so
about
I can see what you're talking about.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
there's
that
like
weird
a big
turd looking thing. I don't. It looks like a giant roly poly or something. I don't know.
I like it. It's weird. It's unique. I don't know. I'll probably watch this movie when it comes out because I think it will be on Disney Plus. So yeah, and then
Probably
there,
for like the early access, pay for $20, and then a couple months later, free.
oh wait, a couple months. Yeah, there is Boone's Boat, which is 247 pieces for $50.
Oh, I have
That's
something
rough.
to note about the Heart Palace real quick. One of
Yeah,
the
yeah, what you
characters
got?
that's not Raya, the hairpiece works perfect for Cara Dune from The Mandalorian.
It does. I see that now. Is it the one that standing next to like the purple unicorn type thing?
Cat thing, yeah.
I don't know what that is.
Looks like
But
a
yeah,
cat or a fox. I don't know.
yeah. I might have to bricklink that hair piece. That's actually really cool. And then speaking of hair pieces, in the Boone's boat set, do you see that girl with the purple hair?
Yeah.
I love that hair piece. But the value of this 247
It's a
pieces for
lavender color.
$50. It's lavender. Yeah, that's right. I don't know what they were thinking when they were pricing this set. I can see maybe 30. I feel like even 40 would have been a bit much, but 50, yikes. It's more than 20 cents a piece.
This reminds me so much of the Frozen 2 sets.
Yeah.
Like the
I
color
don't
scheme
and
and
like
stuff with the purple leaves and the
yeah.
bright blues.
hmm That golden kayak is kind of cool. The golden shrimp is kind of cool as well, like the build on the top.
Yeah.
But
Reminds me of the
other
hidden
than
side
that,
shrimp.
yeah, it does look like the hidden side shrimp now that you say that. But other than that, I don't know. Like
It looks pretty basic.
there aren't many like super big pieces in this set. But yeah, that's
So really, they
kinda
just, I
weird
think
to
it
me.
was a Disney tax thing or whatever. They just decided to
Yeah.
bump it up. Maybe for the new
All these
hairpiece.
sets do
I
seem
doubt it, though.
overpriced. And then there's also Raya and Sisu Dragon for 216 pieces for $30. I feel like this one is the most fairly priced, even though that
Yeah, I think it could definitely be $20, but $30 is a little bit more reasonable than all the others. It
I
should come
mean
with a second minifigure, though,
it really
or a mini
should.
doll.
It comes with that brand new dragon head mold. It comes with the new hat hair for Raya or Raya. It comes
That
with the
was
new
in the most
sword.
expensive set, too.
Yeah. So like I can see why it's $30. I don't necessarily agree with it. I feel like this is my favorite set out of the three of them because the dragon's just like so weird and funky and like I don't know if you can see like all those paper attachments onto it. I think look really cool.
Yeah, like the plastic things. Yeah, those are
Yeah,
pretty
yeah, like
interesting.
the foldable plastic, whatever. I don't know what you call them, but yeah, that's all I have to really say about the Ray and the Last Dragon sets. They're not super interesting to me, but they exist, so we're covering them. But yeah, so I
And
think
then the temple on the dragon set looks like
that's
something out
right.
of a 4+ set.
It does, yeah. And they market it as like you can expand the temple, but it's so silly. Like there's nowhere to actually connect it. You just like put it in front as a facade or whatever. I don't know. I'm just not a huge fan on any of those, but I they have their market. There will be people who buy them, preferably young girls. So
I don't know how
yeah,
well the Trolls set sold, but it still stumps me
I
how Toy Story
think
4 got 4+ sets and then Trolls get system sets, but it's beyond me. Lego's weird. Lego's
yeah,
cool. They're both of the
I,
two. That's all I have to say.
yeah. So I don't think Trolls sold well at all. I see those constantly on discount. I think Frozen 2 sold pretty well though, because it's just like a recognizable IP. But I feel like with this movie, like for example, Frozen came out of nowhere. Like no one knew what a Frozen was in 2013, and then that grossed like $1.3 billion, I think it was. So
And Trolls
um
2 did extremely well
yes,
digitally.
on VOD. Yeah. So I think this movie could do really well because it's a Disney animated original, and like I'm a cheapskate. I'm gonna watch it when it's free. I don't.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not gonna
agree.
pay 20 or 30 or whatever it is for that because that's ridiculous. I don't do that. But yeah,
It
that
reminds me a
is
lot of Moana and Frozen with the new Disney
yeah.
princess stuff, so it could be really successful. Who knows?
Moana did really well too, so
Oh
I feel
yeah.
like this movie will do perfectly fine. But especially like for digital too. So that is all I've got for this podcast. Do you have anything else you want to mention or shout out?
I think that's pretty much all I have to say. Shout out to Creative Bricks, I guess. He's almost to
Yeah.
1,000 subscribers. He definitely
Okay.
deserves it. He's
Yeah,
very
I'm
busy
subbed
with
in.
a lot of schoolwork, so he's not able to upload a lot at the
Yeah,
moment. So
maybe I'll
go
have him
give him
on
some
eventually.
support.
Yeah, definitely shout out to the smaller creators, even though he
Oh,
has
yeah.
more subs than me. But like, so thank you so much, Ethan, for being on. This was a great
no problem.
podcast episode. So much news to cover this week, but I think we were able to get it all. Shout out to the 4 people in my chat right now. And yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you later. Yasta out.